Well, hello everybody. It's Erica. And guess what? If you haven't guessed already, it's the start of Mermay. I mean, technically it's only April 30th, but, you know, I decided to do a cover page for Mermay like I did for Inktober, so we are going to start today with Mermay. Or I should say, we're going to start Mermay today, instead of waiting till tomorrow to start. And since it's the beginning of a new challenge and I get to fill a whole sketchbook, and there are 31 days in May, Mermay. There are 31 days in Mermay. Either way, it doesn't matter. May, Mermay, same thing right now, right? So I decided to get a few things from Mermay this time and make it a thing like I did with Inktober. And I found another Strathmore journal, art journal, and it also had the 64 sheets, which comes to 32 pages. So I went ahead and got one of those, and I also got some gold leaf to try out because I see so many other people using it and it looks so pretty when they use it and so fun to use, so I got some of that to try. And if unboxing isn't your thing, I will go ahead and let you know that the actual art part of the video starts at about 12 minutes in. So if you want to skip forward into that and watch just the art and not the unboxing, feel free to go ahead and jump on over to the 12-minute mark and you're pretty much there. I personally love watching unboxing videos, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and decide I'd throw it in there. I like watching them, so I figure maybe somebody else would enjoy watching. And if you do want to stick around and watch the unboxing, I will also let you know that everything that I got for this, I did get through Amazon, so I will leave links to all of the things I got in case you want to, you know, purchase one of that or check it out and see what it's about. So yeah, I'll have all that. And that is the glue for the gold leaf. That was the glue for the gold leaf. And then I've got here, I went ahead and bought a little watercolor palette since I'm going to be using watercolors for this book. And the book I got, like I said, it was the same as the Inktober book, and it's not watercolor paper, but it's mixed media, and it seemed to do pretty good for Inktober with the ink washes, so I figure it'll probably be fine for the oh man, Mermay, for the Mermay art, for the watercolors, sorry. And this is the little watercolor pan I got, and it came, you know, it's just a little tin, and it has these little pans in there to put your watercolors in. So that little piece pulls out, and then there's actually that whole thing can be used as a palette, a paint palette. And it's not a real expensive palette. It's actually, I think it was one of the cheaper ones you could get. I wasn't exactly sure, so I got that one, and it looks, you know, I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but I just probably should have went and actually looked at what the measurements were, because I'm pretty sure it said the measurements on it. I just wasn't paying much attention. And not gonna lie, I would have been a little bit happier had they maybe sent 2 more little trays, because got some jiggle room in there, and you can actually fit 7 on each side, so I don't know why they wouldn't just make it fit, but I guess people like to do, I guess it's like hot dogs and hot dog buns, right? You know, there's 12 hot dogs in a pack, but only 8 hot dog buns or something like that, so just weird things that happen that people do, I guess, to get you to buy more of other things. I don't know. And I know I said all through Inktober that I was going to try to get better at commentary. I don't think I've really gotten any better at commentary. I still don't know exactly what to talk about. So I hope you guys don't mind too much if I just kind of ramble through my videos. I'd put more music in it, but I have a hard time with the music because sometimes when I put music in there, it gets copyrighted, even though I didn't think it was supposed to be copyrighted. So I don't know. Yeah, I try to stay away from adding the music to the videos, but every once in a while I'll go ahead and take my chances and just throw the music in there. Usually it's just YouTube music, and it's a little harder for me to edit it. But anyway, back to what I got here. So that was the paint. That was the core paint that I wanted to get. They're core watercolors, and they are the high chroma, and then I also got a set of 12 colors. So I did get 2. Now the high chromas came a little bit earlier than the other pack of watercolors, so you'll actually see the other watercolors are going to be opened up a little bit later in this video. And I did cheat, and I did go ahead and use the high chromas before I got the other watercolors in, just because I wasn't sure if they were going to show up in time, and I wanted to make sure that they were going to be something that I could use and not be too uncomfortable with, since I really don't want to have to have any major mess-ups in the sketchbook that I'm going to be using for Inktober. Mermaid, from Mermaid. And this is the one right here that I will be using for Mermaid. And then I also have in here some of this liquid masking. So in case I decide I want to try that out also, maybe mask off some spot that I want to keep white, we're going to give that a try too. And then here is the other package of the core watercolors that I got. And I went with core mainly because they're supposed to be really good quality, and also there's no animal byproduct in these. There's no honey or ox gall or anything like that. I try not to get any art materials that use any kind of animal byproducts. If I can help it, you know, I figure there's really no reason. So I was very happy with the quality of the paint, and yeah, they worked out really well. The colors were very bright, very high chroma, I guess. Wait a minute, I know this word. They are very highly pigmented. So they are very highly pigmented. They're very good to color for painting. I was very happy with them also because they don't have that glossy, shiny look to them when they dry like the Kiritaki do if you put it on too thick. And sorry if you can hear me talking in the background while you hear me talking. It's because I'm doing a voiceover, and I forgot that when I was unboxing this that I wasn't going to talk in the video because I was going to do a voiceover. And I did a little bit of talking when I got this package in, so yeah, that's me talking in the background. But, you know, I always like those sounds like that, and the whole things coming out of boxes and plastic being taken apart. So I didn't want to get rid of those sounds, so, but I did want to talk. So yeah, that's why if you hear me talking in the background along with me talking, that's both me. Just, you know, I'm talking over myself right now. And don't worry guys, I know it probably looks like I don't know exactly what I am doing with a knife, but I do that mostly just because it's fun. So, and of course, you know, there's a lot of stuff from this. I ordered everything from Amazon, and, you know, even though I ordered it all at the same time, pretty much everything came in separate packages. So, you know, like, one thing came from, I think the only thing that really had a couple of pieces come together were the sketchbooks and the masking liquid. So that all came together, but most everything else, it always comes separate. And isn't that so nice of Amazon to offer that? Because, you know, I would have hated to had to run up to Michael's to try to get the stuff that I wanted, and then found out, for one, that I guess they don't even sell the core watercolors, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get this pack in time. So I went ahead and called to see if they had it, and they didn't have core watercolors there at the Michael's in my area. I don't know about the rest of them. Maybe they do. Maybe you can order it online, but I didn't want to order it online when I already had ordered it online, and I wasn't really questioning it. Like, I thought I would get it, but I had gotten a note, like a letter back from Amazon saying that they hadn't heard from the seller that was shipping it out, so they said I might want to contact them. And of course you try to contact the seller that you got through Amazon, and it's not like you really contact them. You send out an email, and maybe they contact you back, maybe they don't. It all depends, but Mermaid was getting close, and I was getting worried. But it all worked out in the end, because as soon as I contacted the seller and sent them the email, miraculously I got word back that it had been shipped out and it would be there within, you know, the week. So it all showed up. So yeah, here is everything. I won't be using the big sketchbook for Mermaid, just the smaller one. The big sketchbook I got because it's actual watercolor paper, and it's supposed to be 100% cotton, which I've heard is supposed to be the best for doing watercolor. So we're going to find out if that's true or not. Actually, I might be wrong about that. I think the mixed media one is the one that's 100% cotton, and the bigger book is not. And I think it was my mistake because I wanted to get the 100% cotton one, but I think the difference was I got a 400 series instead of a 500 series. So yeah, but we're gonna try it anyway. I don't know what it's made out of, but the pages look really nice, and they are specifically for watercolor, so I think they'll work fine. So here's a little showing of pretty much everything I am going to be using for Mermaid. I have the metallic watercolors there, of course, and then I have the masking and the metallic ink. I will be using that because I usually use that. I do like that stuff. And then the watercolors from Quor and the gold leaf, and then of course there's the little palette that I'll be using. So and the Pentel brush pen that I'll be using, and of course I will be using multi-liner pens and stuff like that. Also, I'm going to try to stay away from markers with Inktober. Inktober, I keep calling it Inktober. With Mermaid, oh my gosh. So I'm going to try to stay away from markers with Mermaid. I want to really just stick mainly to using the watercolors and, you know, maybe the pens and stuff. But yeah, I want to really, I guess, challenge myself in that way because I'm so used to using markers. And the watercolors, yeah, we're going to make it a challenge as long as something fun to do for me. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. I am also going to try to, at the end of this whole thing, convert all of these digitally into a coloring book. So I have started already with this one that I'm doing now because, you know, this piece is already done. I did this one a couple days ago. And I am working on turning it into a line art so that it can, you know, be better in a coloring book. And I have never done that before, so it's new to me. And I will tell you that one thing I really, really like about digital is the fact that, like, there was some things about this picture that I wasn't really happy with. For one thing, her eyes, I kind of thought I messed them up. They kind of looked like sad puppy dog eyes. Or like sad, you know, what are the dogs that have the droopy eyes? It was kind of like droopy eyes. So I wanted to fix that, which has been great. Doing the digital line art, I can kind of fix things the way I want it. So, of course, they were not going to be exactly like the pictures that I do, but they're going to be better. I hope. Anyway. And I tried to use a little bit of everything that I'm going to be using for Mermaid on this cover page. So I did use some of the gold leaf, and of course I used the watercolors, and I forgot to mention I'm also going to be using the Jelly Roll pens. Not Jelly Roll. I like the Uni-Ball Signo pens better than I like the Jelly Roll. I mean, I know a lot of people like them both, and in the beginning I was kind of, you know, like, yeah, they're both okay, but I will say I have found that the Uni-Balls last longer, and I feel like the Jelly Rolls really kind of absorb a lot of the color when you use it over the markers or anything, really. It just seemed, I don't know if it's something in the pen. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. But I will say that I did use them both for a little while, and I have decided that I do like the Signos better. Of course, that's just my opinion, and my opinion doesn't really count for much for anybody except for me. So you can take that or leave it. It's all up to you. So for this piece, I just kind of wanted to, you know, of course, use the little bit of the logo and then the year, because it is 2020 Mermaid. And last year I did attempt Mermaid, but I did not get far. I think I only did about 6 of the prompts last year. And then I ended up doing other things, and once I got behind, I just kind of gave it up. It was one of those things. So yeah, We're not going to give up this year, though. We're going to push through it and get it all done. Hopefully, we'll be getting it all done within the month each day. But if it doesn't work out that way, I will at least finish it off, because I do want to, of course, finish this book. And like I said, I got some plans for it. So I plan on not getting behind, but if I do get a little bit behind, I'm not going to beat myself up too much about it, because I still do plan on finishing it. And like I said, I really plan on finishing it on the days that I'm supposed to. The hardest part, really, for me, is the commentary more than anything. That's really the hardest part. I mean, doing the art, especially mermaids. I mean, I love mermaids. That's not a struggle. And I made my own prompt list, so I picked all prompts that I would like. So it's not like Inktober, where some of the prompts are like, oh God, what am I going to do for this one? Well, how am I supposed to use that? So they're all mine. And of course, everybody is free to use them if they want to. If you're doing mermaid, I would love to see what you guys do. Even if you're not, going to use my prompt, any prompt list you're going to use. If you're doing mermaid, if you're doing mermaid, I want to know. I love mermaids. I love mermaids. Mermaid. Oh yeah, a month of talking again. I think that was the hardest part of me for Inktober too, was trying to think of something to talk about for the whole month, every day. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about, by all means, feel free to leave a comment down below, and maybe it's something I might want to talk about too. There's some things I like to talk about, lots of things, but I do like to talk. I just never sure if anybody really wants to hear what I'm talking about. I am also outside trying to do my audio, and it's kind of windy today. I hope it's not really transferring to the phone too much. I'm trying to keep that kind of sheltered so that the wind doesn't cut through it, but you might still hear some ducks quacking or something like that, because there are some birds out there right now talking. Of course, it did rain most of the morning, so I guess it's good that it's only windy right now, because it's kind of hard sometimes to do the audio when it's raining, especially inside, because you can still hear it inside. But some people like that. I like the sound of the rain, but I know some people don't like the background noises in audio. They like it to be really clear. I don't really have a setup that I'm really, for that. One day I'm working on that, but not yet. So hopefully it's not too annoying, and hopefully this all works out. And I feel like I've said hopefully enough in this video that you could probably turn it into a drinking game. Like every time Erica says hopefully, take a shot. It used to be so. I try not to do that, but I don't ever, write out my script. I should probably write out my script, and then I wouldn't have it sound so bad, but I'm a terrible writer. So I just kind of wing it and hope that it ends up okay, and yeah, that's it. And it looks like we're finally getting close to the ending of this video. And there's my hair got in the way a little bit. That might happen a little bit here and there too. My hair is a little bit crazier than I am, so sometimes it gets in there. So, all right, here we go. The official first day 0 of Mermay. We have the cover page, and I just put the little bit of glue down there, and I am going to let it dry, and then I'm going to put some gold leaf on, because that looks so cool. I love watching people do that. And I do have to maybe figure out a better setup, because that gold leaf is very flaky, and I kind of had a hard time maneuvering it around with the tweezers, but I made it work, and I love how it turns out. It's definitely got a different look than the ink or the watercolor. It's a little bit shinier, I guess, is a good way to put it. So, yep, that's it. And I want to give a big thanks to all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome, and you rock, and I appreciate you so much for sticking in and watching my videos. So, thank you, everybody, and I hope you all have a great evening, and I will see you tomorrow or talk to you tomorrow. All right, love you guys.